Hello, people. Welcome back to the Vampire playthrough. I had a couple of technical difficulties while I was setting this up, and now I'm finally fucking playing. Fucking bullshit. Hold on, let me just get the mic situated here. It's a little sketchy. The mic situation's a little sketchy right now. Hold up. Oh, fuck. Okay. This good? I don't know. This will do. Okay, hello people. Welcome back to the Vampire playthrough. I am your host, Chad Marco, and I believe that last time the game ended abruptly, like it tends to do. So, but I think last episode I rescued Dr. Swansea from McCullum, and the guard of Prewin. And yeah, that was that. I think now I got to go talk to Lady Asbury and give her the bad news. Yeah, because on the last episode, I rescued Dr. Swansea, and he revealed to me that he basically experimented on Harriet Jones by trying to give her the regenerative powers of vampires by giving her the blood of Lady Asbury, but it ended up turning her into some type of fucked up, not even a regular scowl, but some type of super fucked up, hyper hatred, rage, poisonous AIDS scowl. And from there, the disease was passed on to her daughter, and her daughter has been passing it around at the acting school. I mean, the theater. Of course, I killed her a couple episodes ago. But the blood that he used was from Lady Asbury, so I have to tell her that it was her blood that was used on Harriet Jones that turned her into such a bizarre breed of vampire. Hello, what you gonna do? You know, I was just playing my other save where I'm not killing anyone, and I'm about at the same place as I am here, but man, it's so much tougher because I'm not overpowered, of course. Ooh, hello. Yeah, that hurt, doesn't it? Doesn't it hurt? Round. Yeah, I'm glad I put Blood Spear into my arsenal. Oh shit. It just gives me more options as far as using my blood in combat, as opposed to autophagy, which is for healing. But do I really need to heal? As strong as I am, and on top of that, I got serums, and I could just put autophagy into my. I could just equip it if I ever need it. So I think I'd rather focus on offense for now. Oh shit. Boom. Oh shit. I killed both of them with one shot. I'm so strong. It's such a big difference, man. I'm telling you. Especially now that I have two saves and I can directly compare the two. It's a lot different playing as a strong vampire than a weak one. Relatively weak. I would still say that my character in my other save, he's decent, but he's just not ahead of the curve, let's say. This one's mine. Okay. That guy was super aggressive. He really wanted it. I give it to him. Ooh. I'm like fucking Neo out here. Unstoppable. So let's go ahead and give Lady Asbury the bad news. Let's give her the bad news. Your blood is toxic like no other. I don't know. I guess with this episode, I'll probably do much of the same. I'll probably, once I get done telling her what I have to tell her, then it'll probably just be a combination of doing some story stuff, but also some citizens, getting to know some of the few remaining citizens a bit more. Man, it's really a shame about Whitechapel. No, not Whitechapel. The docks, man. Because I missed out on getting to know quite a few people because of, you know, fucking it up down there. I really gave those guys the business. Personal diary. Alright, that's a hint for Charlotte. That's a hint for Charlotte. Oh, Charlotte. I'm gonna pay Charlotte a visit too. If you know what I mean.
It's locked, all right.
Oh, the Dracula book. Oh boy. Time for a shitstorm. You know how much I love these.
What good fortune brings you back to me, Jonathan? What is it, my dear?
I'm afraid it's bad news, Elizabeth. The worst, actually.
Please, speak up.
Edgar is no longer in McCullum's grasp. I resolved that matter.
Where is our good friend now? Is he well?
Of a sort. His injuries were mortal. I had no choice but to make him one of us. To save him. Or to punish him.
To punish him? I fail to understand. And what is the source of this cold tone in your voice?
Edgar Swansea was responsible for the Skull epidemic, Elizabeth. It was he who unleashed the deadly scourge upon London.
What? Are you certain? This is the most terrible accusation of all.
He confessed everything to me.
Yep.
He sought to cure the disease, to exploit vampire blood to stop the epidemic. But he unwittingly gave birth to a catastrophe.
All those poor victims.
Uh-huh.
How could he do it? What happened?
Edgar gave no heed to ethics. His theory could have been proven to be correct, but he abused the confidence of his patients to test it.
I must say I'm shocked, Jonathan. Who would have thought it? And the poor patient. Let me guess. It was Harriet Jones, was it not?
Yes. That explains how Doris Fletcher was infected.
So he started the whole thing.
She secretly visited her mother at Pembroke.
Then we have no choice. We must act quickly, Jonathan. We must return to the sewers and put an end to the threat poor Harriet embodies.
I have one more matter to discuss with you. Harriet Jones was the primary case, but do you know what a healthy carrier is?
There is a tone in your voice that frightens me, Jonathan.
Oh boy.
What are you trying to say?
It was your blood Edgar used for his experiment on Harriet Jones.
What? No. No. This can't be. Oh.
Elizabeth, are you all right?
No, I have to go.
What do you mean?
Leave me alone. Save the city, Jonathan. Save what can be saved.
Elizabeth, I need answers. Why did your blood
Stay
cause
away
this?
from me. Please. I swear I never was your
Wait,
enemy.
no! Elizabeth!
She really overreacted there. So, if you guys don't know, I don't like her. I don't like her. I mean, just look at how she fucking overreacted. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, the story gets deeper than what... Like, there's a reason why it kind of freaked her out so much. But even then, it's not, like, that bad. Like, she's... Man, she really overreacts about this whole situation. It's like, oh, it's my blood. Well, I'm good, so fuck it. Like, that would have been my reaction. I would have been like, oh, well, damn, shit. Well, it ain't my fault. He used the blood. I'm good. I ain't out here giving my blood to motherfuckers. Oh, man, but that's so crazy. Edward started the scout infestation in London. He started the whole thing. I mean, I'm sure there have always been scowls here and there, but he was the cause of the biggest, most recent outbreak of scowls. It started with Harriet Jones, then it passed to her daughter, and then her daughter spread it around to I guess you could say her students, her acting students or whatever, and then they passed it around to their families, and they passed it around, and that's how it got out. That's how it got so bad as far as the scowl infestation. Oh, man. Ooh, man. Ooh, man. Ooh, da da. I was doing a mic test here.
Now would be a good time to blend the recipe Marshall used when he fought the disaster.
Yep.
I think I know where to find what I need.
Is that a vampire? Oh no, that's a regular dude. Ooh. No, thank you. Ooh. So I think I'm gonna go back to the West End because there's some more people there that I can kind of get to know. Oh God, look at all the shit I gotta do. I gotta go here. I gotta go there. I gotta go here. Such a bitch. Who the hell was that? Oh. Might want to get a little bit closer there, buddy. Oh, shit. Bam. I need some more blood, so I'm going to use my sword for a little while. Yeah. Strategy. Am I going the right way? Nope. Let's go back to the West End. Oh. It's one of them what? What were you about to call me, you motherfucking animal? You mortal. Yep, just slash away at him. Is that it? Yeah, okay, there we go. Let's scoot to the West End. District status critical. Oh man, it's so depressing now. Alright, so it seems like the worse the status is in the area, the more gloomy the music becomes.
Whose blood could be purer than that of William Marshall? Lord Redgrave will have to spare me a drop. Good evening, Miss Ashbury.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed.
Your mother has refused to turn you into a vampire. Tell me more about it.
Each time we argue, Mother expresses the same fear. She wants me to remain alive and full of joy, rather than become melancholy and immortal. She claims you can't have one without the other. It's pure selfishness.
It's your mother's choice. As daughters and sons, We have to accept the decisions our parents make for us despite our own wishes.
I love my mother and have accepted everything from her. Even that she named me Charlotte when it was not my original name.
Does it bother you?
No. Whoever I was when I was born, I am now Charlotte Ashbury. It hurts as much as it makes me proud to know that's the name my mother will read on my tombstone.
Your mother has walked this earth for much longer than you or I. She is wise, and we should not ignore her advice when we disagree with it.
But why shouldn't I be allowed to forge my own experience? There can't be only one righteous way to deal with eternity.
Do you need my...
Go ahead.
My mother once told me the same thing.
Take the damn medicine.
Goodbye, Charlotte.
She's been quite...
Oh crap, I didn't mean to quit the conversation.
Good evening.
and good.
But yeah, that diary that I found in Lady Asbury's room is referring to how Charlotte has time and time again been asking her to turn her into a vampire, but she just won't allow it. She would not do it.
Your mother...
Each...
It's...
I
Does it...
No.
Okay.
Why do you still hope to become a vampire in spite of your mother's refusal?
It's the immortal aspect of vampires that interests me. The world won't improve unless women take charge. I'm convinced of that.
You're obviously a clever
Oh.
woman with a good education
Oh, boy.
and a brilliant future. But have you thought about the price you'd have to pay? The loneliness, the necessary masquerade.
Is it not true of every high position? To change this world and make it a better place, one needs time on one side.
God, just imagine immortal feminists roaming the earth.
Tell me, Charlotte, how do you plan to achieve eternal life, since you've obviously given it a lot of thought?
I won't give up. You have no idea how determined I am, sir. I may contract a deadly disease. I may throw myself under a carriage just to be saved by her sweet kiss.
That's a disturbing answer, young lady. And the worst part of it is, I know you speak the truth.
There are less dangerous ways, Doctor. Instead of throwing myself under a horse like Emily Davison, I could just throw myself into your arms.
Be careful what you wish for, young lady. I could gaze at you right now and then take you to a shady corner and have my way with you. And leave your carcass to the rats.
You wouldn't dare. My mother would know. She'd never forgive you.
How could she suspect me? Do you know how many vampires are lurking in the city tonight as we speak? Vampires with a worse sense of humor than mine.
Oh my god. For one second I thought you actually...
No.
Excellent, Dr. Reed. Very convincing.
No, of course not. You thought I wouldn't do it, huh? You thought I was fucking joking. 5,000 experience points for the small price of taking the life of a feminist. Not a bad deal.
Pray for my mother to never find my killer. Betrayer.
Yep. How sad. So, you know, why kill her? Why kill why kill Charlotte, you know? And I guess the short answer is because inevitably things would not work out between me and Elizabeth anyway. So it's like, fuck it. Without going into too much detail, the reality is, your, I guess you could say your morality, your behavior, whether or not you decide to kill or not, pretty much decides the ending that you're going to get, you know. And the ending that you're going to get is heavily tied to that and the decisions of Lady Asbury. And I can just go ahead and say now that if you are as evil as I am, you have pretty much no chance of getting a ending where you have a future with Lady Asbury, basically. So in my mind, I'm just like, well, fuck this. Fuck her and fuck her daughter. You know, I'll go ahead and say it because it's not that big of a deal, but it's 3 endings in the game. You know, we're getting pretty close to the end, so I'll at least divulge a little information on the way the endings work. It's 3 endings in the game, and you can say that the endings are like, there's a, let me see. Wait, I think it's 4. Maybe it's 4. I think it's 4 endings in the game. And I think like there's like a perfect ending, there's a good ending, there's a bad ending, and then there's a good bad ending. that's what I as far as I remember, I think that's it. It's 4 endings. You can say it's a perfect one, a good one, a bad one, and a good bad one. And obviously, as you would imagine, to get the perfect or the good endings, you would have to be a good Jonathan Reed. You would have to be a good vampire, not killing a lot of people, not making a lot of immoral decisions in the game. And obviously that ain't me. So I have very little concern over Lady Asbury and her daughter and all that shit. Because there's no hope of me getting a perfect ending or the good ending. And I'll say this, and this is what I dislike probably most about this game. Is the worst thing you can do in this game is play it in a middle of the road kind of way. Like, really, to get what you could call a decent ending, you would have to play as either a goody two shoes or a evil bastard. Like, the worst thing you can do is try to try to stay within the middle ground, you know, killing some people, being kind of that's how you get the worst ending in the game, is when you try to like, when you're not trying to be perfect, you know, when you allow yourself to kill based on who's bad and who's not. That's like the worst thing you could do as far as endings are concerned. And that's one of the things I didn't like about the game. Is that to get a decent ending, you kind of have to be either good or bad. Like, the worst thing you can do is play around in the middle of morality. Oh shit, I forgot. I'm gonna get in anyway. Because when I first played the game, I basically made all my decisions based off of like my own sense of like morality and whatnot. Like, what would I do in this situation? You know? Oh, I found Seymour, who's secretly a serial killer. Fuck him, I kill him. Yeah, shit, why not? You know? Or like the asshole gang members or whatnot. Fuck them, I killed them too. Like, that was my mentality but I ended up getting the worst ending in the game because I wasn't really perfectly good or bad. So I just found that kind of funny, you know. You get the worst ending by not being good and not being bad either, by being like more neutral, I should say. Not being an asshole, but not being a goody two shoes either, which I think really describes my personality. You know, I'm no saint, but I'm not an asshole either. I don't try to be perfectly moral and just. I like being a little bad. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. I think it's the like the perfect ending, the good, the bad, and the good bad. As you would probably imagine, the good bad ending is like when you're evil as fuck, but you accept it, you revel in it, you know? Kind of like the that one ending.
I'm still persona non grata in the Ascalon Club.
Yeah.
If I want to speak with Lord Redgrave.
Whoa, shit. But yeah, it's kind of like that one ending in Catherine where you end up in hell, but Catherine is your wife in hell, or whatever, your girlfriend in hell, and you're surrounded by like succubuses and you're like a demon or something. It's kind of like that. So that's more than likely the ending that I'm going to get in this game. The good bad ending. When you're just so bad you revel in it. That's my assumption anyway. But I know the first time I played it, I got the neutral ending, which is the worst ending. Really, I call it the simp ending. I'll explain more about it later, though. I don't want to like spoil everything, but I'll talk more about the endings later. But I feel like where the fuck is he at? I feel like the worst ending is the simp ending. And I'll explain exactly why when we get there. But more than likely, you know, we're gonna get the good bad ending. Oh, my old friend.
Good evening, Lord Redgrave.
What are you doing here, traitor? I shall smite you for this audacity.
I'm not here to bicker, Lord Redgrave. I can put an end to this epidemic, but I need your assistance to do so.
Good. We've held out thus far, but the time has come to put an end to this crisis. Tell me, what do you need?
The blood of William Marshall.
The blood of William Marshall? Of my maker? Are you mad? This blood is the purest of all. My maker proffered it to me on the battlefield. I cannot hand it to you.
Stop this farce. Marshall never was your maker.
I know.
I have no idea how you acquired his blood, but I need it now.
I see. Well, in that case, given the gravity of the situation, I suppose I can spare you a drop.
Thank you, my lord.
If you manage to save this city, you'll prove yourself a veritable servant of the crown. So Godspeed, Dr. Reed. Our fate lies wholly in your hands.
Well, I'm glad that he realizes that I'm the fucking man in this bitch. But it's crazy. Like, why are my eyes so much more eviler than his? I'm sure he's been catching bodies for centuries. Yeah, I'm the one with the fucking red and black eyes. Like, I just been killing motherfuckers for 100 years. Come on now. It kind of reminds me of Fable a little bit, though. I know, man, Fable is probably one of the most absurd examples of your decisions as far as making good or bad choices, moral, your choices regarding morality or whatnot, killing people, certain decisions, stealing or whatnot. It's one of the most extreme as far as how it changes your body and your look. In Fable, if you're really good, then you start to develop a fucking halo over your head, and your skin is all clear. There's some other stuff too, like you got like this translucent light. But if you're evil, then yeah, and your eyes turn red and black or something. I forgot, like red or black. Like your eyes change. You grow horns out of your head, and there'll be flies flying around your character. It's really crazy. I feel like they took that.
Can't I forgive you, Father?
I feel like they took that whole morality thing and just took it to a whole different level. But now that I think about it, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic did the same thing. That's a great game, by the way. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I beat the first one, but I never beat the second one. Fantastic game, though. But yeah, they pretty much did the same thing, where they made it so. I heard someone. Yeah, they made it so that the more evil you were, the more evil you would look, and the more you were good, then you would look, well, like an angel. Not like necessarily an angel. Well, not like how Fable did it. Fable really took it to the extreme. But what I'm basically saying is that your morality within the game affected your appearance, for better or worse. But I think in the thing about it though, in Knights of the Old Republic, they didn't really do much as far as changing the way you look. If you were good, you just looked like a normal person. But if you were bad, your skin would turn like dry and crackly. Dude. Maybe it's just me. I swear to God, they must have updated this game or something, because I don't remember fighting these ill-formed beasts when I first played this game. I swear. And I don't remember seeing so many of them. And there were certain scenes I don't even remember. I feel like they might have updated the game and added some things. I'm not sure though. Oh shit. But I've always loved games where you have choices as far as how you decide to deal with certain situations and how you decide to deal with people. Games that give you the option to be good or bad, righteous or evil. Games with some sort of morality system. I think when Fable was first coming out, that was I thought I heard somebody eating. That was a big part of the appeal for me. I'll never forget, man, when Fable was coming out, oh man, like I fell for it hook, line, and sinker. I'm sure anybody that remembers that the time where Fable was coming out, there was a lot of hype surrounding the game because what is his name? Peter Molyneux. He was telling all these stories about how great the game was going to be and all these different features. It was going to be revolutionary and stuff, like and then you actually play the game and it's like I mean, don't get me wrong. I loved Fable. I love Fable 1. One of my favorite games to this day. But Peter Molyneux definitely oversold it. He overhyped that game. It was like there was certain things that he said would be in the game and it wasn't even in the game, like the finished product. Like I remember one thing, for example, he said like you could cut a tree or shoot an arrow into a tree and the cut or the arrow would still be there all the way through the end of the game. Stuff like that, man. I forgot all the different promises he made, but I mean, dudes. And then there were certain features that were in the game, but really ended up not having that much of an impact or being all that important. Like how, like, yeah, you can get married, but it doesn't, you know, wow, you get married and it's like, it's not like it gives you some sort of significant boost or changes the game in any sort of significant way. And I think he said that you could have children in the first Fable, but that ended up not being in the game. But it was a feature in Fable 2. Cause I'll never forget some of the promotional art for Fable 1 had like the hero character with like surrounded by his children or something like that. So being able to get married and have kids was supposed to be like a feature in the game. And the marriage part was there, but not the having kids part. But again, even in Fable 2, like having a kid is in the end is not really a big deal. It's one of those features. I feel like when you're talking about games, especially open world games where you have a lot of freedom and choices, I think there's always a push to kind of add more and more realism, you know? Ooh, Devil Barrel. To kind of make it feel like not necessarily real life, but to have features that are similar to our reality. You know, that's why you would be like okay, yeah, you're a hero trying to save the world, but you're also a normal person, so you can get married, you can buy property, you can do this, you can do that. And I think there's a push in open world games that just add stuff, and sometimes it's effective, but sometimes it's just like it's there just to be there. And sometimes it's legitimately done well, I think. And honestly, I feel like Shenmue is one of the games that does it pretty effectively. How it adds these little things that make the game feel like is more like the real world, as far as these mundane tasks, like going into the store and picking up the batteries that you need for the flashlight and taking it to the counter and paying, like stuff like that, man. It's a little detail, but I feel like in a game like Shenmue, those little things actually work to make the game more charming. It didn't feel like fluff or stuff that like just filler stuff that was in the way. All right, I'm gonna see if I can get the hint here, because there's a hint you get here by watching these two. But I need to make sure that I know exactly where I need to be to see the hint. You gotta be in the right spot. This isn't it. I forgot exactly the spot though. But yeah, Shenmue is one of the best games at trying to emulate real life. And One of the things that I just learned recently was that excuse me, the creator of Shenmue wasn't really a gamer. The creator of Shenmue was never a big gamer. Here we go. Yeah, this should work here. Yeah, he was never a big gamer. Which is probably part of the reason why Shenmue was such a unique game. Oh, fuck, I missed it. Yeah, because the thing about this hint, you got to be at the right spot. And it's like, it's a fucking spot that I'm trying to figure out where you have to be to see it, though. I said it's a fucking spot. I mean, it's a spot. That I guess you could say is hard to find, or rather, I just forgot. But Shenmue had a lot of little things, a lot of little features to make it just feel a little bit more like real life, and that's what made it so interesting, you know. But again, it worked, man. It really worked. Like I remember playing it as a kid, and even the simple things like getting your cassette player and buying new cassette tapes. I would sit around and just listen to the different cassette tapes, and
It's locked.
I mean and the capsule toys, buying the capsule toys and trying to collect them, going to the arcade and playing the different games, all these little features, all these little things they added into the game just to make it feel more like real life, and it was effective. It was really effective. Even just going to the soda machines and buying a soda every now and then. It did absolutely nothing for the character, but I still found myself doing it anyway, you know? I still found myself just going to the vending machine and buying me a coffee or a soda, even though I didn't need to. And these little features never felt out of place. It never felt tacked on. It felt like, again, like I'm just in this world, man. I'm the Shenmue. Dude, I'm mad, yo, because I forgot how to. Hold up. Let me first check. Is there anybody else here I need to. All right, I got their hints. I got to work on them. Oh, yeah, it's one more hint I can get for him. Oh, yeah, no, I'm going to read his package, too. Because fuck him. Oh, great. Come on. Let me see. Which one? Hold up. Which one? There we go.
I can't believe it.
I wonder what the note said. I forgot. I'm sure he'll bring it up. So let's talk to him first before we try to do the thing with the mother and daughter. I can't believe it.
London will survive the epidemic. Good evening, Jonathan Reed. Can I help you in any way?
I found your notebook. The one the guard of Priwen stole from you.
And you've brought it back to me. That's excellent news, Jonathan. Were you able to keep yourself from reading it?
No.
Ah, the oldest temptation of all.
Mm-hmm.
If Pandora herself did not pass the test, I suppose I should not blame you for your curiosity.
So you're not angry with me?
Why should I be? To live is to make choices, Jonathan. You made yours. Now give it to me, please.
Have you any news concerning Aloysius Dawson?
What was his last thought, I wonder?
Tell me the truth, Usher. Are you a vampire?
By the stole, you really thought you could force Usher Talltree to yield to your little mind tricks like an oblivious mortal?
Why can't I force you to answer me then?
I'm the primate of St. Paul's Stole. Comes with certain advantages, like accessing the greatest library in the country and avoiding answering certain questions.
So, are you or are you not a vampire?
As a brilliant man once said, to be unambiguous can only be to one's own detriment.
I like that. I could just eat you. Oh man, like you ain't that damn invincible. You don't know that damn much.
Can you read the cards?
Yeah, let's do
Put
one
the
more of
money on the
these.
table then, Jonathan, and open your mind.
Here is the money.
The alchemist, a wise and cunning mind who lives by lying to all but himself. He sells false promises and is proud of it.
I knew it. I knew there had to be a Swanborough hint. Yeah, I just wanted to
Goodbye, sir.
indulge myself in his services.
But they are never easy to read.
Well, I could kill him just out of pure frustration of him not obeying my demands, but I'm not that evil. I'm not kill everybody in the game evil. Pretty close, but no, I'm not that evil. Oh, man. To me, it seems like more and more games, though, are trying to implement open world features, freedom of choice features, you know, like being able to choose from making good decisions and evil decisions, giving players freedom to choose how they approach various situations and whatnot. I definitely think it's a good thing because I've always loved games like that, games that gave you a lot of freedom. Because that's really what makes life, reality, so amazing. It's just the freedom of choice, you know, to maybe not necessarily live how you want to live. You know, I can't just wake up tomorrow and say, well, time to get on the jet. Time to fuck a bad bitch. I can't do that. But, you know, I can make choices that are within the realm of my power, you know. I can decide, oh, let me knock out this old dude. If I wanted to, I would never do something like that. But if I wanted to, I could make that choice. I could make that decision. I could decide, let me ask out this bad bitch, you know. Let me apply for this job. Let me do this. Let me do that. You know, like you got choices, and I think that's what makes these types of games. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now we're in. I think that's what makes these types of games very very enjoyable to play.
Be careful, Carol. You're wasting good food here.
Yes, Mother.
I said be careful, child. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Mummy has been so clumsy again.
No, that's okay. It won't bleed for long.
You're so pale. Are you feeling sick? Do you need to see a doctor?
No, I'm not. I'm fine. I already saw the doctor last week.
Don't be silly. You must see a doctor. Just don't tell him how clumsy your mummy is, all right? I love you so much, my baby.
I love you too, Mother.
I bet you guys weren't expecting that. Oh boy. So Carol's mom is an abusive bitch. All the bruises and the scars on her daughter have been her doing. For some reason, she's just fucking crazy and has been abusing her daughter for every little mistake she makes. And I'm going to confront her about it.
Good evening, Miss Price.
You know you can call me Carolyn, my dear doctor.
What is your...
He was a lonely man who died a lonely death in his big mansion. Life has no meaning without love and family.
Carol's gratitude is exemplary. She seems determined never to leave you.
I'm taking care of my daughter as well as I can. It's not always easy, but she's the best gift life gave me.
But she'll probably leave you someday to live her own life. Will that be difficult for you?
Why would she leave? Children sometimes stay with their parents until the end, for they know no one else will love them as much.
What can you tell me about yourself, Miss Price?
I'm still managing my shop. The only difference is, since the quarantine, we're open at night. You, on the contrary, seem to have changed a lot.
What do you mean?
Really? Have I changed that much? It must have been the war and the night shifts since my return.
Don't get me wrong, Dr. Reed, you're still handsome. Just maybe a little bit wiser, more serious. It suits you well.
Tell me more about yourself.
She's flirting with
No
me.
new fiancé? I remember you were hoping to get remarried. I'm sure you must have a few suitors.
Who would marry an old bat like myself with a grown daughter and a little business? As you know, I only fancy handsome men like yourself.
Do you need my medical attention, Miss Price?
Yeah, do you need my...
I've been so oppressed lately.
Do you need my...
Tired and feeble, too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Doctor. You're always so considerate.
Do you need my medical attention?
I'm just doing my job.
If you know what I mean.
But I have always been grateful for your concern, you know.
I could probably fuck this bitch.
Have you noticed anything in particular in this part of town recently?
Other than you coming back to cheer me up? Nothing at all, Dr. Reed.
What can...
I'm still managing.
Okay, so...
Does your daughter still worry you, Miss Price? I remember you were often concerned about her health when she was younger.
Have you not seen Carol since you returned? She's almost a young woman now. But she'll always remain my sweet little baby.
So you're less afraid?
Some things never change. Carol is still too clumsy for her own good. Sometimes her innocence puts her in real danger.
Why would her innocence put her in danger?
She does not realize how cruel life can be. Maybe I was a bad mother to protect her too much. My poor dear Carol.
You have every reason to be cautious, Miss Price. Especially in these difficult times.
Maybe you could talk with her, Dr. Reed. It would be nice to have a man here more often. We would both feel safer.
I think I know what she means by that. But now it's time to get to the nitty gritty.
Tell me, Carolyn, do you often wound or hurt your daughter by mistake?
No. I always thought it was Carol's clumsiness that caused these incidents. Maybe it's a family trait, Doctor.
You really believe it's just bad luck and being clumsy then?
Of course, Doctor. What else could it be? I have nothing to hide.
You are responsible for your daughter's many injuries and scars, Carolyn. You brutalize her, don't you?
How could I abuse my own flesh and blood? This is nonsense. It would be like hurting myself.
You really believe you've done nothing wrong, don't you? How long has this been going on for? I should have seen it when you were my patient.
Seen what? Child abuse? Are you mad, Dr. Reed? I dedicated my whole life to my precious Carol. She is a part of me.
Yes. Even her name is just a part of yours. This is a terrible tragedy. Something of an unknown disorder. My God. Abuse that comes from overwhelming love.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. How dare you say something like that? What kind of a monster do you think I am?
I wouldn't necessarily call it that. Abuse from overwhelming love.
Speak to me, Carolyn. Why do you behave like this? How does it make you feel to hurt Carol before cajoling her?
I don't know. It makes me feel good to take care of my daughter. I need to feel useful. No one ever takes care of me. I need someone to take care of me.
Do you realize Carol is a person? Not a toy. Not a doll. The poor girl would put her hand in a flame to please you. You are both trapped in this toxic relationship.
Carol and I are perfectly happy. Leave us be. How stupid I was to believe you could be a suitable husband.
Whoa. Damn, we're jumping to conclusions here, aren't we?
You're a threat to Carol. And no child should feel unsafe in the presence of their parents.
No, Dr. Reed. You are the threat. You are threatening to separate a mother from her only daughter, from the meaning of her life.
May I look at your goods?
It's always a pleasure to
Oh,
have you here, Dr. Reed.
look at that. That's
All the time you know.
that serious conversation, and then, can I look at your wares, ma'am? Oh, sure. Like, we just didn't fucking argue over fucking child abuse. This game is something else. Let's get rid of some of this shit. Christina's dagger, good double barrel. Y'all can have this bullshit. Ooh, what's this? Oh yeah, I killed Charlotte. Forgot. Beatrice Goswick. Who the fuck was that? Somebody got killed, obviously, but who is Beatrice Goswick? Oh, that was Mortimer's mom. I see. Beautiful necklace. Oh, I got her necklace too. Charles Camera. Who was Charles Albright? I forget these dudes' names. Charles Albright. Who the fuck was that? I know Tobias. It was the preacher. Who the fuck was Charles Albright? It's gonna bother me if I don't fucking figure it out. I see. That was the Scotland Yard officer. Oh boy, so we got quite a few deaths here. I could kill the mother because she is committing child abuse, but I don't want the district to fall into hostility. I don't want the health status to go down into hostile. So, man, he's really sick. He's fucked up. And I can't do anything for him. Well, I think I'm gonna just go to sleep and then figure out from there, just kind of see what effect. Wait, I shouldn't sleep right now though, because if I sleep now, I need to cure these people, because this place is about to fall to ruin. So I might go to Whitechapel, then I'm gonna sleep. But also, is there anybody else in Whitechapel I need to do some story shit with? Let me see. Now, I could do theirs, but honestly, their whole storyline is just boring. There's one more hint for him. She's basically done. What about quests? What about some quest shit? Damn, it was a lot of quests here I didn't even finish. I see. Alright, so I'm going to Whitechapel now. To cure the sick, because I don't want them to just die on me. Or I could just eat them. I could just slaughter everybody. What's up, dear boy? Yeah, I got powers and shit. Alright, back in Whitechapel. The city of the dead. And he'll never know. So who's sick? Clayton, for starters. Okay. Cut the chit chat. Get straight to it. Now who else? Well, I'm not going to find him. How's Shun Shane? I bet it will. I hate looking for Hao Shun. She's always out of the way. There she goes. Oh, you finally didn't disappoint me.
Good evening, Xiao Shu.
晚上好, Dr. Reed. It's good to see you again.
How do you... Good.
Okay. Oh, I got 50 for that one. Oh, yeah, she was at a level 2 sickness. Yeah, that's why I got extra points for that. Yeah, I better not kill anybody else here or it's gonna be bad. All right, now I'm going to go to the graveyard so that I can... Yeah, now I'm going to the graveyard so that I can talk to McCullum. Because he has the blood of St. Arthur or whatever the fuck. Alexander? So, I don't know. One of them. One of them old dead dudes. One of the games I had the most fun with that gave you a lot of freedom of choice as far as how you dealt with different situations and whatnot was Deus Ex Invisible War. Oh man. Bloody Leech. It's just funny because, of course, Deus Ex, the first one, I think, is it the first one called Deus Ex Conspiracy Theory, or is it just Deus Ex? I forget. But the first Deus Ex is, without a doubt, iconic, legendary game in the world of video.
See them fancy clothes? This one's
oh shit. Yeah, Deus Ex is a very beloved game.
It's an inch.
Gamers love it. Critics love it. It was awesome. But when Invisible War came...
If Colin really drank the blood of King Arthur, then I may have found another vital ingredient for my recipe.
Yeah. But when Invisible War came out... Oh, wait. Here's McCullum. He's using his new vampire powers to slay evil. Of course, this is what he would do. I'll give you some assistance. Still not quite as strong as me, but you're pretty good there.
Good evening, Vampire Hunter.
Are you here to mock me, Reed?
Not at all, McCullum. I am here because I need you.
Really? I'm intrigued. Speak up, then.
I need the blood of a king. The blood of Arthur. I'm certain you possess it, and I must have it.
The Guard's most sacred and precious relic.
No.
Why would you? You found Marshall's memoirs. I should have destroyed that book.
I need the antidote to save this city, McCullum.
It is within me to take your words as truth. I want to, but I must know more. What precisely are your plans?
A creature called a disaster is about to be unleashed. It falls upon me, as once it did Marshall, to stop it before the whole country is ravaged.
I should have destroyed that book. And yet, I wish I could join this battle alongside you. But this crusade is not mine to fight.
Do you not understand? We wanted the same thing from the outset. A means to end this vampire epidemic.
Not enemies. Maybe that is so. Take it then. I see no other hope for this city. If this is some trick, you will be damned, Dr. Reed.
Thank you. Can we speak more?
Indeed. Why not?
Yeah, how is it?
How are you adapting to immortality?
I feel so powerful it gives me shivers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I could be the greatest vampire hunter ever.
Yeah.
Your worst nightmare, in truth.
Will you leave the Guard now that you are what you are?
Are we not creatures of deceit? I could hide my nature from my men, or name a successor. Go my own way.
Yeah.
I
MGTOW.
know not yet my path.
Farewell, my progeny.
Do not stretch your luck.
That was fucked up, my progeny. That was a real asshole move. All right, now I gotta go back to the hospital. Let's go ahead and go back to the hospital and cook this dope up. But yeah, man, when Invisible War came out, it was very divisive, to say the least. A lot of fans of the original Deus Ex game didn't like it. They felt like it was... Oh, shit. What is he doing out here?
Are you all right?
Please leave me be. She is dead now. As dead as my heart.
You mean Camellia?
Yes, Camellia. She's gone and no one cares.
Yeah.
No one at all.
For how long have you been here?
I can't say. I came as soon as I heard Camellia was buried here. My poor Camellia. I must pray for her.
Are you sure you're all right? I'm a little worried. You seem anxious.
Do you think the dead can hear our words? Do their teeth grind as they mock our sorrow?
Pray? I did not take you for a religious man, sir.
To pray is the easiest thing when you lose someone, Dr. Reed. No need for faith in a god. All you need is the everlasting pain in your chest.
Have you been staring at Camellia's grave all this time?
No. I also paid my respect to the other dead. Do you know people are buried here almost every hour? This horror has no end.
I doubt your delicate soul will be able to endure the pain of being here, sir. You really must be careful and rest a little.
No. For the first time, I understand what real pain is. It's not glamorous. It's not romantic. It's just pain.
Damn. That's depressing.
You were as ignorant as I am about this young florist's origins. Did you learn anything about Camellia since her death?
Not anything that I didn't already know. She will remain an unsolved mystery.
She was more than your source of inspiration, Richard.
You're right. I didn't realize how much she was helping people back there. Though I'm not sure they will remember her for long.
That's not true. You knew her, and your grief testifies to your loss. You saw her innocence like no one else.
She was truly innocent. I should write about her. I should tell of the light she brought to this godforsaken place.
And if you succeed, Camellia will be remembered as she deserves to be. And she truly will be your muse.
Yes. Maybe for the first time, I know what pain really is. I hope I can find the words.
Wow, that was actually pretty fascinating.
Goodbye for now.
So it seems like
My dear angel.
it seems like he had a bit of character development as a result of Camellia's death. Because if you remember my first conversation with him back at the small cemetery behind the church, you know, he was kind of going on about being a poet, and he was trying to draw inspiration from these dark and morbid settings to help his writing. And so you could tell that he was kind of glorifying darkness as a means of it, like using it as a means of expression, you know, trying to write about dark, morbid, depressing things. But the death of Camellia actually caused genuine depression and sorrow in his heart. And so it kind of made him realize that, you know, his whole obsession with darkness was kind of misplaced. It's not glamorous, it's not cool, it just fucking sucks. You know, people dying, death is not cool, it's bad, you know. Not saying that he thought dying was cool, but just that I think that he didn't realize how bad real pain is. And you know, it's kind of funny. I think I see parallels of that even in music, particularly rap and hip hop now, where you see you got all these like sad boy rappers, and it's like some of it is genuine, but you can tell like some rappers use that whole angle for almost like a fashion statement, like, cause it's kind of cool to be the depressed, the depressed, angsty rapper artist now, to the point where it's pretty much got its own genre. You know, sad boy emo rap. That's all the rage now, and it's like sometimes it's genuine, but some people use it simply as an aesthetic for their image, you know. Oh, I'm so depressed. I pop pills and all that shit.
Thirst for blood.
But then you get really depressed and it's like, oh, wait a minute. You know, and I kind of feel like that's what he went through, where he was kind of using darkness as an aesthetic for his art, without having a true appreciation for it, or really any sort of actual experience with darkness and sorrow and depression. And the death of Camellia allowed him to genuinely experience it, and so now he can genuinely express it through his art, which is, again, man, like that's kind of like the fascinating thing about this game, is that there are several characters that it seems like they experience character development through the death of other characters, you know? And that, like, it's kind of a good thing, because it gives the characters more depth, but it's kind of bad too, because then it forces you to be it forces you to be evil, to see these characters, to see this character development. You know, you don't get to see certain shades of these people without killing the other people in their social circle. Like with Richard, you know, before I killed Camellia, he was kind of a shallow artist, but killing her finally awakened the true artist within by allowing him to experience true despair. And let me see. And with Mortimer, for example, he was depressed and suicidal, but the death of his mother caused him to not necessarily get over his depression, but it gave him the determination to face life instead of running away from it. And this situation right here with the doctors and Mr. Fiddick, you know, if you just allow Strickland or Aykroyd to live, they don't really get anywhere. But killing one of the other allows the operation to go ahead and get done, and you would get either a bad or a good outcome depending on which doctor you kill. Let me see if I can see any more examples of this. Well, this is kind of a smaller example, but killing Christina made Clayton realize that he really had deeper feelings for her. And let me see, is there another that I can recall? I know there's something here when you kill one or the other. So I kind of want to kill one of them, but I don't want the district to fall into ruin. But yeah, this is another good example with Clayton and his wife. If you kill Venus, then Clayton realizes that you're a vampire. And pretty much just shuts himself off from the world, though. And if you kill Clarence, then Venus begins to believe that vampires do exist, and she joins the Guard of Priwen. So again, killing a character within a social circle can have an effect on the other character or characters. So that's just fascinating. Man. And Seymour and his social circle is another example of that, where if you kill his mom, then that cures him of his serial killer tendencies. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, man. It's cool, but the bad thing about it is that you have to kill someone to get to see these outcomes, to see the effect it has on the other person. And sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. But let's go ahead and save it up and level up and all that. I guess I'll just level up Blood Spear. Which one do I want, though? Let me see. Throw a large blood spear which can pass through enemies in front of you. This massive projectile would deal greater damage than before. You concentrate to create 3 small blood spears which can hit all enemies facing you. Compared to the base ability, range and individual damage is reduced. Well, with this, I can hit multiple people at the same time. That's tempting. That's really tempting. Oh man, that's very tempting because I find myself in mob battles very often. Oh man, and I never had it before, so I think I'll do it just for that reason. I've never really seen it in action. Man, but that power is tempting too. But you know, just for the sake of variety, I'll do this one. Power is everything. Tactical. Well, that's full. These are full. Big thirst. Oh, that's level 10. Yeah, that's level 10 too. Increase your blood absorption when using bite in combat. Why not? And throw a level there. Anything else? Don't really use a Tafiki like that. I should save it just to level up Blood Spear, so I'm gonna leave it at that. All right, let's see the outcome of my decision making. Okay, same. Destroyed. Okay, the same. Uh-oh. Woo! Boy, it's damn close. It's very close. It's very close. Yeah. Wow. The hospital is the most stable place, but it's like, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8 people left here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I don't see why this place is so bad off. There are 10 people still alive, more than any other area, yet it has the lowest stability. I mean, yeah, they're sick, but I think really Clarence is fucking it up. He's very sick, and I can't cure him because he don't trust me anymore. So that's bad. But there are three other sick people there, kind of making it worse, and they probably count for about 2% each, I'm assuming. But I think the hospital is designed to be fairly stable regardless. I could probably kill one more person and still be okay. So that's what I'm gonna do. Oh boy. Yep. It's time to administer justice. That's what I'll call it. So who shall it be? Who shall it be?
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again.
Since you're not a...
No.
Do you think...
I don't...
Are things better now Dr. Swansea has returned?
Dr. Swansea visited here for the first time last night. He wanted to know if the corpses were adequately confined.
What do you think of it?
I'm glad, sir. We spent too many weeks facing death and disease without really taking security measures. It's good to have him back.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
Oh boy. You know, I thought about taking him out, but he ain't that bad. But you made a man lose his whole arm. How could you? I trusted you. You kissed my ass, and I thought you could be a loyal ass kisser. You made me look bad. I should have killed you and left Dr. Aykroyd alive. Not really. He's an asshole. Die, bitch, die! What do you have to say for yourself?
Poor Mr. Fiddick. I ruined his life.
Yep.
I was blinded by my pride.
Yep. He knows he fucked up. That's why I did it. It was for Mr. Fiddick. It wasn't for the experience points at all. Let me go up there to his office and see if I can get in his cabinet before I end the episode. Man, this hospital gets more and more depressing. Well, this is his little cabinet. 100 shillings.
It's locked, all right.
Some opium, a surgical knife. Oh, well, that's all right. Okay, well, guys, I hope you enjoyed that episode, and I will return later. So, see ya. Damn.